XBR is to pay every single interaction you're doing inside of the ecosystem. Why I call that a lifetime saving for $1,200. Right now, as I know as of now, the pool creation fee will cost around $199. If somebody create 10 pool, you already get your money back without no question, no ask. Let me tell you why. Because the XBR mining machine that you have, the node that you are that mining the XBR, it give you those XBR coins where you will be able to take them and pay for those fees. Pretty much. If you keep using it, keeping using every coin in mining to interact with the protocol, and as the price of XCI is increasing based on the demand, now you keep utilize those tokens and you pay for the fees, you probably end up never have to spend another dime from your pocket, which is extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. Or you can choose to take whatever coin that in mind, you swipe it for USDT and you do whatever you want with your USDT because the node, it is your node. Now, the node system, guys, is 10 level, which is 10 cycle of sell for the node, 10 level, pretty much. The first cycle of level, guys, people that's part of that, they paid $1,000 to get a node. We have people now that's part of the second cycle. People that's part of the second cycle, they're paying $1,200. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably around 800 that has been sold, about 300 in the second cycle. What does that mean? Every time the protocol met 500 NFT node, the price increased by $200. Every time 500 nodes sold, the price increased by $200. From the first cycle, it was 1,000. Second cycle is $1,200. Third cycle, it will be 1,400. Next cycle will be 1,600. The people that get it now or earlier, they save 20% on the next cycle of sale, which is extremely, extremely important. And what I like about it, they only have 5,000 of those nodes. And of the reason I was telling that to my friend the other day, believe it, the minute the masses see the utility, it's live, believe it or not, you probably see the node go out of the door in less than 30 days. The reason why is because now people get confident more. That's the reason why it seems working extremely hard right now to push the system completely live. The node license, like I said earlier, first cycle, the first 500 is 1,000, second 1,200, third cycle 1,400, and so forth and so on, guys. Now, look at together why it's important for the people that has those nodes. I feel like they found what we call the golden nugget, guys. It's extremely important to understand that based on the tokenomic of XBR. XBR has a tokenomic. They will have forever only 9,999 token. I'm going to say that again. They will have forever 9,999 token. 70% of those tokens will be mining by the people that carry the nodes. That means 7,000 of those coins will be mining within 5 years. The first year, 1,400, second, 1,400, third, 1,400, 1,400, and so forth. That means 7,000 of the coin. Meaning is, if somebody really looking at, if on day one, they sell 5,000 node, all the way to the end of the mining, there will be about 1.4 XBR per node. If you do the math, there's 5,000 node and there's 7,000 coin to mine within 5 years. Since there's some people that's purchased their node earlier when the mining start, and some people gonna get their node later when the mining start, that means the people that's purchased the node now and before, those are gonna be mining a little bit more token than the people that's purchased later. That's the reason it's extremely important for somebody to understand this is where you want to be. You want to be in a position, not only you save on the price, but put you in a position as well where you will be able to mining more token. The more token you mine, the better it is for you. Why the better it is? Whatever you need to use inside of the ecosystem as an early adopter, you can utilize that token and you can pay for the fees. Or if you want, you can pass the saving to somebody else by swiping that XBR you have to Uniswap or directly to our platform, which is our swapping platform, which is you can collect the USDT, put it to your pocket. Very simple, Nothing complicated. And you have to understand the scarcity behind that token. Now, let's look at together why, based on the utility around that token, why the potential earning for XBR can really huge for the people that's on those nodes. As you're looking at on the screen, we take that example from platform like Uniswap and PancakeSwap and SushiSwap. We compare them together and we came up with some data by create something what we call a stimulation. We say if we have, for example, 100,000 pool that's created inside of the protocol. Total participant per pool is $2,000 with the price, the charge for the protocol to create a pool. That will be a $50 million revenue coming to the protocol. What does that mean? People has to purchase XBR in the market to create their pools, which is the utility. Every time somebody purchases $199 worth of XBR in the open market, so they take that $199, they can convert that, and then they can create their own pool, which is that's the fee for the protocol, which is amazing, which is those value coming back to the ecosystem in XBR. Now, when you're looking at the deposit and the value based on the flow in the entire ecosystem, we say that in 5 years, if XBR do transaction volume for 100 billion by charging 1% fee for deposit, 1% fee for withdrawal, for every single pool participant, you're looking at another $2 billion. All this gonna go back to the value of the XBR token, which is the basis of the utility. That's the reason why XBR token is extremely important, especially based on its scarcity. If somebody understanding those numbers, when the utility kick in, this is gonna be way different. Why we say that? It's not something that's happening next Saturday or a week later. I always telling people that whenever you part of something at that early stage, put you in a position you can sit on it forever. It is amazing. And shortly, I will share with you some personal experience, guys. So, just to let the people that's here for the first time, guys, the industry that XBI is going is the $1 trillion industry, which is what we call the DeFi, the decentralized finance. Even the big guys on the stack space right now talking about tokenization of stack, which is amazing, which is kind of keep on increasing value in the space. That's the sector you want to buy into. That's the sector you want to build your portfolio. It is a sector that's here to stay and it's gonna keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. 10 years ago, talking about 2014, that sector was not even there. But today, looking at the value, I was looking at Uniswap the other day. Total volume trading in Uniswap from 2017 to today, close to $2 trillion. So a lot of people probably understand when we're saying those type of number where we get them. It's easy, guys. You can go on CoinMarketCap, you will see them yourself. You can go on Uniswap.org, you will see them yourself. So how those value works for the people that's here for the first time, guys? Because I remember that I mentioned that here the $100 billion volume in 5 years. People probably say, "Wow, it's gonna take a while before this guy do that." Most of the time, let me explain you that you guys can understand. Let me break that down in a layman term for you. For example, Money create a pool, and I go on Money pool. For example, I deposit $1,000. And then I just with my $1,000 become $900. I take my money out, I go to another pool with it and my money become 1,050. I say, you know what? I don't like the way that pulley operate. I take that, I move it. The same money, you keep on moving it to different places, it is the same money that's considered as value. So when you're looking at with only 100,000 people keep on doing that within 5 years with an average $1,000 per year, it's easily you can break $1 billion in value. That's the reason why we say to touch a $2 billion potential profit earning going to the value of the XBR is not that hard. That's the reason people need to understand. When you have a strong utility mechanism and it's tied to the ecosystem, it is a game changer. That's the reason why people need to understand. Now, if you're missing Bitcoin, now is $1 trillion market cap. You're missing Ethereum, you're missing Binance, you're missing Ripple. You don't want to miss XBR. The reason we don't want to miss XBR, I'm gonna tell you something. Not because just to have a node. Let me tell you something. Just by interact with the ecosystem itself as a participant. What participant that I'm talking about? As a pool participant. Because when you see somebody create a pool in the ecosystem and you're looking at the track record of that person or the pool, I can tell you If that pool keep on building and you're doing something called dollar cost average on that pool for 6, 7 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, you can be amazed what type of result you can get. So a lot of people will be asking me, what does that mean, dollar cost average? Dollar cost average meaning you keep on purchase the same amount over time. For example, let's go back. Let's say it's in 2014 or 15. Let's say that 14, 10 years ago. You start buying Bitcoin every time you get your paycheck with $100 worth of Bitcoin. The question you need to ask yourself right now, where your portfolio will be. Now, 2015, we have Ethereum. In 2015, you start doing the same thing. You put $100 in Bitcoin, $50 in Ethereum. Every time you get your paycheck, you do that. You don't care. You don't spend that money on a Louis Vuitton. You don't spend it on the shoes. You don't spend it on your suit. You don't go spend it at the club. You put discipline with your life. Every time you get your paycheck, you do something called dollar cost average. And that's how you build long-term wealth. It's not about you put $1 like a lottery, you're expecting that to become $1,000. You put discipline to what you're doing and doing consistently. This is the type of protocol we're building here, where people will be able to diversify long term. And a friend of mine was explaining, because he's very deep in stock. He said, if for example, my mom was doing purchasing S&P 500, which is where you get access to 500 stock. For the last 30 years, she's been doing that. For example, today, doesn't matter what amount she started, 100 or 50 bucks, she will have $1 million in that S&P 500 today, because she keeping doing it over and over and over. That's the idea we have here, tied into the XBR protocol, but you will be able to do it fully decentralized on blockchain technology. That's the reason we say if you miss Bitcoin, you miss Ethereum, you miss BNB, you don't want to miss XBR, guys. Now, just a little bit comparison, guys. And I remember when a friend of mine called me 2019 telling me about Gala Node. And I tell him, let me looking at see what Gala is doing. And I didn't see too much information was not there. They were missing so much component. I was not too much interesting about it. I got another friend came to me. I never forget that 2020 came to me, say, bro, you need to looking at that. Bro, this is interesting. And he told me that around pretty much November 2020. In 2021, January early, I never forget that. I said, you know what? Let me see. At that time, Gala has so much information, and I jumped to a call they were doing on YouTube, by the way. And I said, this is gonna be interesting. I purchased my first node for $3,500 and I can purchase more node. Now, today, believe it or not, for somebody to own one of those nodes, you have to spend a little bit more than $100,000, because the value of the node increased, the price of the node increased. Now people see. Now, guess what? Do you know who purchased those nodes? Big VC company, big venture capital company that's purchased Gal. Those are those people that can afford deposit. They purchase right now by 50, by 100. Let me tell you why they're doing those big company doing that now. Because it's a simple math for them. If you purchase a note for $100,000, he give you $1,000 with no problem every month. For them, it's better than real estate. They get 12%, which is $12,000 every year. And the beauty about the 12,000, they get it at the lowest bottom value of Gala coin. If Gala coin even move to 3 penny, their money almost double. If you go to 4 penny, they go about almost 200%. That means the 12,000 will become 24,000, and so forth and so on. That's the reason why whoever understanding the way node structure, those platform structure, the DeFi platform, it's amazing. Now, why did I make a quick comparison for you to looking at Gala and XPR? Gala, it's a gaming platform, what we call a P2E, meaning play to earn. XBI is a DeFi platform. So meaning is not everybody play a game, but everybody in the crypto space using a DeFi platform. So not everybody's a gamer, but everybody's a crypto holder. We XBI only have 5,000 node. Gala has 50,000 node. The maximum supply for XBI is about 9,999 coin. For Gala is 30 billion. So that's the difference when looking at Gala and XBI. When we're looking at those value pools, a lot of people say, this is going to be interesting. That's the reason why Series is a very important protocol for people to looking at it to see how you're going to interact with it. And I'm going to tell you something. Even you not purchase a node, whoever inviting you here, get back with that person next couple of weeks. tell that person, let me start building my portfolio. The reason that I say that, you probably want to start building your portfolio with 50 bucks, with 100 bucks. That's the reason why our first version one, what we call the minimum viable product, gonna be launching on Polygon, which is one of the cheapest blockchain where people will be able to even start their portfolio with even $1. So that's the reason extremely important for people to understand. We give everybody a chance for no excuse. This is what XBR protocol is about. If you have any question right now, as of right now, we're gonna just take question for another 15 minutes. And after that, we can jump to some updates and announcement. Thank you guys. Feel free to open your mic to ask a question and we'll take it from there.
Oh, actually, Gene, we're gonna ask them to put it in the chat right now, and we do have a couple of questions already in the chat for you. So I'll go to the very first question. Is there an audit?
Is what? Is there's an
Is there
audit?
is there an audit of the smart contract? I think that's what they mean.
Oh, yes, yes. We do. That's going to be part of the updates we're going to put, but we can share that. Yes, we do have an update. We've been now starting since July 2nd with Certic, which is one of the most powerful audit company for our smart contract. And we already done an audit with TechRate. TechRate is number 7, I believe, on the space. So pretty much that's what we're doing right now. We're going through the process so we can finalize the update so we can launch our version 1, our MVP product.
Next question from Bob is what smart contract? I'm not sure I understand what it's asking. The whole protocol is on smart contracts. So did you want to expand on that, Gene?
Yeah, I can quickly explain. Bob, we build everything on Polygon. So probably that's the question you want to say, where do we build a smart contract? That's what I'm thinking you probably want to ask. We build everything on Polygon. As of right now, we're fully operating on Matic Chain. And then once we finish with the V1, we're going to launch what we call a multi-chain. So we have to make sure everything is safe on the V1, which is going to be just one blockchain, which is Polygon. And I can tell you guys, you will be able to purchase Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Most of the Bitcoin, they're already out there on Polygon. So there's what we call a WAP version or synthetic version available for anybody that want to swap there on Polygon. So yes, we're on Polygon. That's where we build our smart contract.
Okay, the next question is how do I get the recording? The recording will be uploaded onto our it'll be uploaded into our various groups by tomorrow. I will make it a point to have that for you guys. Um, Irina asked about the audit. You just answered that. Um, Bob says he would like report links or PDFs so that he could read them.
Wonderful. I believe, let me see, do we post that in our group? Let me ask the team if we should post that in our group. I think that's something we can share, but some people might have it already. And if you go to CERT, you type in XBR protocol, you should be able to see a link that gives you the progress on our updates. And we will share that in the group there. So, Bob, if you don't, not in our Telegram, please join our Telegram. We can share that. I will talk to the team so we can see we can put that in the Telegram group.
Okay, we got that. We got the Irina's question about the audit. How do we get into the groups? Dave will get the person that invited you, will get you to the group that they're connected with. We all share the same in each group. Um, as you guys probably know, we're very
Somebody
careful.
just
We
posted. Can somebody just post? Sorry, Machine. Can somebody just posting the link, please? Posting the Telegram link, so I don't have
okay.
I'm on that computer.
We'll
Somebody,
put the Telegram link to the main program in there for you.
yes,
All right, that concludes all the questions that are here. So if you want to move to the next session that says updates.
yes. Some very few important updates that I wanna share with you guys, which is extremely important. The very first one, which is somebody touched, that's based on the audit, guys. When you go in to audit with a reputable company like Certic, they want to make sure they cross every point that shows vulnerability for your smart contract, especially people that's going to interact with the smart contract directly to the blockchain, which is Polygon, guys. So that's what they are doing right now, is to kind of like to explain and discuss with them every possible way. And then one of the reasons that I love certain guys, this guy, there's an engineer called Daryl there. He's amazing. So it's kind of like showing us a couple of points. We didn't have any vulnerability, but it say there's people that will be able to build and play in game with something called MEV. And this is one of the most challenging one where people using BAT and then they can take advantage with your pool infrastructure, which is that will be a gift to a lot of people that using something called a front runner BAT, which is very complicated scenario, but they're working extremely hard. That's holding us right now at 85% to complete the audit so we can put it out. So what the front runner BAT does, people that's building those BAT, what they do is every transaction before you send the confirmation to the blockchain, there's an event created on the blockchain that telling you Mashanda is about to purchase $2 worth of Bitcoin. Is the price she's going to purchase it? Would you like to purchase before? And then after Mashanda is purchasing, you can sell yours because the price gonna affect the marketplace. That's what a lot of people make a lot of big money in the blockchain space, which is what we call the MEV bot. And this is what we're fighting to prevent for not to be happen so we can really protect which is the value and the price people that's gonna create those pools and people will be able to participate with no problem, which is extremely important, guys. This one of the update that I want to share with you. And the second one, we finish with the audit. We're gonna do a full KYC with Certic. The end after that, they will provide us the batch, and which is they already start working on that. When we have the batch, we should put that in our new website. We're gonna launch on Friday. People will be able to see the Certic batch on there. So the batch is not gonna be there on Friday, guys. Don't get that because some people probably get it wrong. The batch will be after the audit complete. So the audit we have to pass 95%. So 5% they always Certic always keep that there. And after that, we'll have a score with Certic. After the score initiate with Certic, we got the batch, then we'll launch. So my expecting time based on what I've been speaking with the team and everybody else to looking at there, they're looking at probably another 5 to 7 business days to fully complete that. So that's what they are doing, and that's the excitement that's there. That's what we've been waiting for. We cannot wait to see that baby where people will be able to create pool and participate on other people pools. That's a wonderful announcement that I have for everybody there, which is extremely important. Okay, the other is somebody the other is somebody want to pose somebody just add a question there. There's a way a company will fail. Elizabeth said there's a way company will fail. As a smart contract, let me see, Elizabeth, yes. As a smart contract platform, we're fully open, which is how do I say that? We're not a traditional company like SA, which is in Europe. They use a lot. In the US, we use Inc. and LLC. We are not that. So everything's based on the supply and demand. And whenever that's happening into an ecosystem, pretty much you can see price go up and down, what we call the value of our price, which is when it comes to XPR. Now, the failure that can happen, which is we always put a question mark on top of it, because that's the reason why we go into a serious audit, because you can have billions of asset that's gonna lock to a smart contract, what we call a total value lock TVL. Every time protocol gonna adding TVL to the ecosystem, other people asset gonna lock in smart contract, they want to take that very serious. That's the reason why they gotta make sure they do every KYC, everything. Now, just to answer you, Elizabeth, the only way that I see a point of failure here, which is the team can stop quick, which is can be a bleeding. If somebody, let's say somebody, I don't know, somebody creates some type of quantum computer. I always go over my head, my team say, for example, a quantum computer and they can hack smart contract and they get in there and they start stealing people asset. Once that happens, the only way to do that is to lock them from interact with the smart contract. That can create a massive negative impact in the protocol. That happened with a couple of platforms, but they recover themselves pretty quick. I think for the first 2 to 5 years, that will be the next challenge because you never know what can happen. We're gonna watch that closely, but this is very minimal. We're looking at 5% that can happen. It's not something that will be happen because when you've been audited by those companies, looking at every vulnerability you can have, people can exploit the smart contract, which is they work with you with your team until you solve all this problem. So before you put the product out, people can use it. So I don't know if you really get that, which is Elizabeth, if you get the answer. Okay. I think Dave shared with you guys the link for Skynet with Certic. That's the link I was looking for. and I don't have it on that laptop. I have it on my desktop. So I think Dave just shared that. He thank you, Dave, which is the Skynet link. The Skynet link allow you to see where they are with the audit. I think they already completed there about 80 or 85% there, which is extremely important. So anybody that has that link, they can follow there. And if you have that link, if you can create an account with Certic, just create an account, just put your email, whatever it in there, and then you can give us a vote there. When we have that vote, it really help us save on the fees because Certic is extremely expensive. They say when you have a lot of people vote for you, they give you discount code, you create traffic to their platform. Yes, it's not required, guys. If you want, you can do that. Okay, I don't know if there's any question, and then we can take it. We can go into the next there. I don't know if any question on the static audit, guys. The reason we need, I say that clearly, we need that because we have. It's a must to do, guys. It's a must to have, and you cannot do it without that. Now, if a person, Elizabeth, if a person has 10K and to purchase more node, it is a great investment. I tell somebody, if you're looking at the node as an investment perspective, if you ask me on a personal level, I will say yes. But if you're using your node to building your portfolio, you probably win on a bigger picture. Let me say you that again. For example, let's say that I have a node and I didn't have a chance, for example, to build a strong crypto portfolio, and then my node mining for me one XBI. Let's say XBI is trading at $800. I take that $800. What I do, since I'm gonna keep on mining XBI, what I do, I take that $800. I participate on a portfolio that has five, six other coins. Now your $800 from the XBI allowing you to start building your portfolio. So pretty much as XBR price start going up and down, you diversify your X on different other assets. So this is my point of view on the node. But if you're looking at $10,000 on you're gonna purchase on the node, I will take somebody straightforward. I don't know how much money you have, but I will not recommend you to take your last $10,000, put it on the node. Because some people probably have that $10,000, they wanted to pay their bills, they expecting to make money every day, every week. I don't know how they think that investment will work. And they do it in the wrong way. And after that, they start complaining about it. I will not recommend somebody to do that unless you have a few $1 million on that's something that's not gonna bother your account at all. Kimberly, you have a good question. Yes, we do gonna have a training for the inner circle, but I do believe we're gonna release a few video on pool creation and pool participant for people that's wanna create pool and people that's wanna participate in the pool. They will be able to train those pool. We will have training videos, and we have a couple of one that's gonna come from the team, and a couple of them probably gonna coming from the outside. So pretty much stay tuned to our group. Whenever we launch the MVP, you will be able to watch those videos. You can move that further.
Jean, can you answer Dave? Dave has also a question that he put in. His
Mhm.
question is, why is the sync? Why is the coin value fall down? Is that
Oh,
what
this
you asked, Dave?
simple, very simple, Dave. The people that's mining right now, they keep on cashing out, meaning they keep swiping the XBR for USDT. Very simple, supply and demand. There's more people selling than people are buying. Every single coin value impact only two ways, by supply and demand. More people buy it, you're gonna see price increase. More people selling, you're gonna price increase. Now, the people that's doing that, which is I like them, this is very smart for them to do. I have a friend that's purchased node that's called me the other day that's tell me, oh, I cash out a couple hundred. Some people I say I like it for them because they can see it's real. It's nothing something that's a fiction. That's one. And second, the second part is those people, I don't know for what price they purchase the node, they probably already see part of a portion of their node, which is capital preservation. They try to get their money back, whatever the strategy is, because everybody has different strategy. Now, for the people that's holding for long term, that say they don't want to sell the XBR, it is simple math. Whenever the MVP is out, people creating pool, people participate in the pool. Now the utility kicking. Now you see the difference on the price. Now you're gonna see exactly how the price look like. Because the people that's selling now, Dave, those are the people that's mining and they happy with what they have and they cash it out. They can go spend it. They can do something with it, which is amazing.
Uh, Dave had, he also mentioned that security not so good on protocol. Can you touch on that?
Security and absolute. I don't know what they even mean. And the space in the block in the Web3 space, if I'm not mistaken, we have over 100,000 protocol. For example, I'll give you one Uniswap, and I never heard any incident happening with Uniswap. If it's a small incident that happened, it's patch and fix right away. PancakeSwap, those are protocol. If you go to DeFiLlama.com, you will see protocol that has TVL with billions of dollars, like Lido. They got $30 billion plus lock on smart contract. You will see so many protocol that has billions and $1 billion smart contract. If security was a major factor why it's so easy for people to hack, I believe we will not have over $100 billion right now in TVL, what I call total value low. Protocol does work, but protocol does fail to is depend how it's building. And one of the most factor that Certic really make sure when they talk with our team in a couple of Zoom call, by the way, we share that with you guys because you guys are in a circle. Key management. A lot of protocol fail, Dave, is not because they've been hacked. It's an inside job. So what does that mean? Let's say that I'm carry all the private key and I leak my private key to somebody on malicious. So I don't want to do it on my computer. Once it's happening, it look like that I'm being hacked, but it is not true. A lot of time happening in the blockchain space, it's somebody that's really sold the community out. And 90% of hacking is key management, which is the people that's manage the key, and it's somebody leak that key and somebody can take advantage. Sometimes it's come from the developer, from the team, from whatever, whoever has access to those key management. You see, extremely. What I call key, I call the product key, which is private key, which is the 12 keywords, because every smart contract hold by wallet that has 12 key. Anybody that can have access to that wallet, they can do a massive damage.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we have again this person who's scam.
Am I understand this correctly? That once all this is complete, you will launch project. So does that mean you're fixing issue with the still auditing? Is there any? Yes, 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 yes. What happened? They do something called recommendation. Recommendation means when they're looking at, they say, okay, what you have is not a high impact problem, but is a medium impact. Based on their experience, they will do it that way. So that's what we're fixing right now. We got a couple of medium issue that's we're fixing with Certic. They found out the finding, and that's what they're fixing right now. Yes, you're right. But those are not high impact. We don't have any high impact. That's something that was go out. Certic says, I think you that's the reason why we can't move from 0 to 85% on a very short time.
Cool. So I hope everybody is satisfied here with the
eh,
information today.
as the value of XBR falling, should buy node or token or both? This is a personal call. I want to answer that to Spotty. Spotty, that's a personal call because the reason. Let me tell you why it's a personal call. If I have a $10 to invest, I will know based on my recommendation, based on what I want from that $10, I will choose the best route. For example, I just give an example. Node probably good for you, but if you want to put your $10 there for 5 years, for 10 years, you probably say, let me get the node. Or somebody say, I want to purchase the coin when the coin has a good price, when you come back up to whatever price, I'm gonna sell it. It's personal. It's a personal choice party. You have to be the one make that call based on what you're looking for on your strategy. Christina say both. Look at Certic report that I was referring to. Okay, perfect. That's Dave. All right, perfect.
So
Uh,
Jean, when our will start, when people can start participating as pool creators and pool participants,
which is the launch?
the demand, of course, the demand for XPR will grow.
Yes.
That's typical common sense for me. So when demand grows, the XPR value will grow. Am I thinking wrong?
If, for example, let me give you an example for you can understand. Let's say today 800 people selling swiping XBR for USDT. I call it selling, for example. Now, if you have pool that's creating and participant that's creating for more than that, now you got more demand than the demand increase. When the demand is increased, you have less supply. That's how the value impact in a positive way. So you have to looking at how many pool that's gonna create, how many people that's gonna participate on those pool. Those are activity that's gonna keep on creating demand. demand for XPI. That's what kind of impacting the price so positive. Because remember, we only have a few hundred people that has the coin that can sell it actually. Those are the people that's mining it. So the coin for the team is locked for 5 years, and they will not touch that, which is in the next 20 to 25, which is the very first batch. That's 5 years. They break it down. We have the farming. That's people provide liquidity and they're gonna be farming coins. And we have people that's participating in pool. They will be able to stake their staking stable coin as a hedging position, which is amazing as well. To by the way, guys, which is they will be able to receive a XBR token, which is those components they're gonna be afterwards, which is that means when we launch the MVP. So that's what we're saying. It's not gonna be that much supply in the market. And as the need of the service is increasing, now you will see the difference on the price of the XPR. This is the last thing I tell people to consider, especially if you own a node, unless you really need money now, which is very important. Can you explain $500,000 as was moved to Binance? It was not individual wallet. It was moved to one Binance wallet. I don't know that from where that 500,000. Which $500,000? Have you ever? I'm confused, my friend. That somebody say 500,000. He left, by the way. Okay, okay,
Oh no.
Don't focus on that. Don't focus on that.
okay, okay, okay.
So this Dave guy, he came here to disrupt
Okay, I got you.
and to spoil and to, he's picking up things, just throwing it here without.
Okay.
And you were answering him all these questions. So are these people thieves? These are thieves. These are people who sway you. And
That's fine.
if you like, my listener, if you like to be swayed away by such negative people with such evil intention, then I'm happy. I'm happy for you to go with them.
Sporty asked a good question. Sporty, have you start marketing the token with that marketing company you mentioned before? We do have
Can you throw Sally G also out, whoever is here?
Sporty, I think is asking a question about the marketing agency, which is we have two teams. We have an internal team that's doing exposure for us, Sporty, and we have an agency that we're working to as well too, which is a very good question. So we can answer him. I don't know if he has any other problem. He left, by the way.
But we have another actor coming in called Sally G.
He's sharing some YouTube link.
Yeah, that's the guy.
It's the same
I'm
person, right?
handling it over here, guys. Don't even give it energy. I'm handling it. Keep on with the
Oh,
meeting. Don't even give them
thank-
energy. Don't even think about it. I'm throwing them
Thank you.
out and I'm deleting all this mess. So just keep it moving.
Okay,
Got
okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Mashanda. I don't know if anybody type any other question, any related question, and then we can move after the audit.
So Jean, one more question personally from me, because I'm totally in the picture of this project. I am so convinced about this project, especially with that move where you engaged, or you got an engagement with a marketing agency to bring this project more into the limelight. How is that moving? How is that part moving?
Oh, they already won their complete audit. What they do, they did an audit for 2 weeks, and pretty much, and then after that, they come in with a marketing strategy to engage with Telegram engagement, which is TGE, and as well as X platform. And then that's the reason why if you go to our X, we have the Halo sticker as a verified platform there on X, and then which is as a paid company, which is paid platform where we'll be able to do massive exposure on X. I think in the last 2 weeks, we moved from 15 follower to 100, and which is 100 organic from their side. They're doing their study to see. And I think they very love. Some of them even buy our node, and then they say this is gonna be a very nice project. So pretty much they're doing a good job. They keep on doing, keep on study. They can keep on implement that stuff because the way agency work, the very first 45 days, they have to see what is work, what is not work, where they got response the best. After that, they're gonna start with what we call PPC, which is they start invest money in the marketing, which is for pay ad. Right now, they're doing 100% without no paying ad, and they can study the market, understand our technology and everything. I think they're doing amazing job. Every Monday, they do weekly call, they updates what's happening, they provide report. They're doing an amazing job.
Okay, so we still have some more questions. I would like the question of Fad and Christina. Fad, he asks, can I know when we start on the liquidity providing? When can we start doing liquidity providing, Gene?
When we start with the farming, which is when we enable the swap application on the new platform, that's when we're gonna have that. They target that by the 18th, which is next Thursday, I believe. They will be able to allowing people to start doing that. I say 18 or 28, no 28, I believe. So people to start providing liquidity, and you will be able to start farming points. So I got to check on the date for that, because I think they're doing an audit for that contract, but that contract already finished to audit by SEDIC, by the way. This one is already done. Everything is good with this one. So they can start with the liquidity providing. So the liquid providing, the way it works is simple. You will be able to purchase XBR, and if you have USDT, you provide liquidity, and you take your LP token, you stick them, you will be able to farm XBR as well. So which is very good, where everybody will be able to provide liquidity, which is the most important thing for the ecosystem. I tell people, it always not good, because I will explain that the other day to Mashanda. When you have one person provide liquidity, doesn't matter it's the ecosystem itself or it's one person or a company. So what happened if that person remove the liquidity? Now you have trouble. But if everybody provide liquidity collectively, that means somebody provide 1%, 2%, 3%, half a percent. So meaning one person can remove his position, but the liquidity still stay there, which is that's what we're promoting with liquidity providing there. So pretty much, let me confirm the date there, because I think that contract finished the audit last Thursday. They got all this already done with CERTIC, which is the farming is a special audit on its site, by the way. So I think they should be able to launch that at any time. So I don't have the specific date. Let me have the team update me on that tomorrow, latest by Thursday, probably post that to the group.
So guys, that sounds really nice. So it's around the corner that we also move towards liquidity providing. And what happens when a lot of people provide liquidity? Will that also strengthen the value of XPR? Will that give XPR a height to the top?
When people provide liquidity,
Yeah.
no, liquidity doesn't increase the value of your token. It stabilizes the exchange, the swiping mechanism, but it doesn't affect the value of your coins. So the way liquidity works is like, let's say today you have $100,000 in your liquidity. More liquidity provided, the easier people will be able to swap. Price impact go low, which is amazing, good stuff, good stuff. But it doesn't impact the price. Only one thing that impacts the price, make the value of the price goes up, is by supply and demand, which is more people selling, more people is buying.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. So then Christina had also a question. Can you please, uh, uh, this has come many times actually, and I'm a little bit, how you say,
Oh,
especially
can you
Christina.
explain in 5 years what happened?
Yeah.
Yes, they have a way they structure the reward for all the node owner after 5 years that need to be vote. And I remember I mentioned that earlier. So
Yes.
all 5,000 node owner will be able to do one vote per wallet. Meaning it doesn't matter you have one node, you have 10 node, you will be able to do only one vote. So pretty much once they finish the 5,000, when the ecosystem start going, Christina, and they're gonna launch that voting, and that's gonna be the very first vote that they're gonna be doing. So the people that's on the node, they can vote together.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
propose it to the community. You log to your application with the node. When you go to your node, it's gonna say you have one vote. You're gonna choose yes or no.
Yeah, but what will that vote give us? After 5 years, my machine is working.
No,
5 years,
it's
I'm happy.
guaranteed. It's guarantee. I put my hand on that, which is from the beginning. It's guarantee after 5 years you will get. It's the way it's gonna be structured. The ways they're gonna give you more. They're gonna show us multiple of ways the machine gonna be working after 5 years, and we have to choose the best. And
Ah,
whichever one that has the best vote, that's the one they're gonna consider.
Okay, so after 5 years, there will be still a possibility for the node owners to continue making money out of their nodes according,
You will. What
yeah,
happened is, let me explain that. The fees that's collecting to the protocol via XPR, that fee gonna distribute it to 2 or 3 ways, which is that's what gonna be voting by the node owner, and they will explain why they're doing it that way. So they will have
uh,
proposal one, proposal three. So the node
uh,
people need to accept because their voice represents 70% in the ecosystem.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the node owners, the power they have is 70% of the of the you know
Tokenomics.
of
Tokenomics.
of 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 the voice, right?
Okay.
So Christina and everybody listening, after 5 years, they're going to give us one, two, three proposals.
No, not after 5 years. After they sold the 5,000 note, the proposal will come out.
Sorry. After they sold 5,000 nodes, and that can be maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, whatever,
Whatever it
right?
is. For
Yeah.
that, they launch the proposal.
As soon as the 5,000 nodes are sold out, then there will be a proposal where we can vote. Everyone who has a node can send his vote. I want this, or I want this, or I want this. So what it means is, because the protocol, to use the protocol, there will be fees required. People have to pay fees for using the protocol. So who's going to collect that money for those fees that people are paying? That should go to the node owners. So that's one of the things that might be proposed. One of the things. So are you getting it, Christina? Are you following? That means there will be we will continue making money up and above our mining from the node. We will then also continue in the future to earn from either
Your
the
your NFT is not become nothing after 5 years. In one word, so after 5 years, it will keep continue to work. It keep continue.
it will keep continue working.
Yes,
Okay.
and I do believe there's all the things that will come inside of the ecosystem where the node owner is gonna be well positioned in the beginning for that too as well. So pretty much there's a lot of things coming. I believe
So node owners has certain advantages in the future
that's
when
what.
other projects are being connected to the XBR project. The XBR project, the way we now hear about it, the way we hear about it now, the service of of pool creating and pool participating, they will be evolving. This project, this protocol, this XBR will be evolving during the course of time to other things. You never know, other things, like, for instance, like something like Binance. It could be maybe evolving to another kind of Binance. Am I right, Jean, by thinking like that?
Whatever that can utilize in smart contract, which is I know they will never be like Binance centralized exchanger, but whatever that can utilize smart contract, whatever utility that's serious, that important, because these guys they very sophisticated in the back and they're looking at problem that need to be solved, and that's not away from the protocol purpose. As long as something that can serve the DeFi purpose, I believe that's which is extremely important. My whole point is, which is on that conclusion to answer Christina, your node will not only work for 5 years, it will work beyond 5 years, especially on the protocol fee and other things too as well. Because it's an NFTs, and that NFT you can attach that to anything.
That's very nice. That's very soothing, especially for those people who wants to leave something for their family as a legacy. Uh, so 5 years and above. Okay, so that's what I like to hear. Okay,
It, go ahead, Bunny. Any special question? Any other question?
um,
We have one more
actually,
question. I guess Kimberly has her hand up, and then we didn't want to have the call for 3 or 4 hours today, guys. So we want to be respectful of Gene's time. So he'll have any last minute things he wants to say. Go ahead, Kimberly. You can go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
Thank you. The chat was disabled, so I wasn't able to type for some reason in the chat. Since this is a digital asset, can it go in a trust?
Yes, yes. Which is everything you own, you can put it on a trust. I mentioned that beside XBR protocol, by the way. So you don't get me reliable for that. So pretty much you have to talk with your attorney on that. But whatever you put as your wherever you put your 12 keys into the trust, whoever that's responsible for your will, whatever, yes, you can. You can do that. I believe yes, you can. You just have to talk to your attorney or trustee whoever set up your trust properly, and then they will help you to do that. But it's an asset. Yes, you can.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Yes. The Any other question? Let's comment on the retweet on X. The 5 is other mining XBR. Okay, perfect. Let's comment on retweet of XBR. Okay, so one thing that I wanna pretty much add in here, because I think there's a couple of people that's try to private me, ask me for that. I'll just say that here. Um, the For the people that's on the node, guys, you don't have to whitelist your node for it to works, because some people believe the whitelist mechanism that's in the Telegram group, your node don't need to be whitelisted. So when you purchase your node, automatically start working. And it's extremely important for everybody to know that, because I do understand not everybody knowledge is in the same level. And next thing too, when your wallet is whitelisted, and the purpose you're asking on the group to whitelist your wallet by the team, which is you receive what we call a referral wherever that you have purchased a node. And whatever the amount that node is purchased there, you receive that referral there. So I believe, see, if I'm not mistaken, it's 20%. So I just want to make sure people understanding that part. If you have somebody get a node, only people